Hi everybody, in this video, let's look at normal distribution. If we have a continuous random variable x which is distributed normally with the means of, let's say, means of 45 and standard deviation of 7, we can represent it using this way. The continuous random variable x which are distributed normally with the mean of 45 and standard deviation of 7, so here will be 7 squared. So you need to understand the meaning of each number here. This tells you the mean and this tells you the variance. Sometimes the question will write this way for you. Okay, so you have to be more careful. The 49 here is not standard deviation, this is variance. So variance of this normal distribution is equal to 49. So the standard deviation will be equal to square root of 49, which is equal to 7. And this is the same, this is mean. So remember, for normal distribution, you see an n before the parenthesis, and the first number in the parentheses is a mean and the second number is variance. Okay, so how about binomial distribution, which we learned before? For binomial distribution, you will see a b before the parentheses, and the true number inside the parentheses here is total number of try and the probability of success. So this is binomial distributions, this is normal distribution. Okay, so binomial distribution is discrete random variable. For normal distribution, this is continuous random variable. Okay, now let's look at some basic properties of a normal distribution graph. The graph is a bell-shaped graph, and this graph is symmetrical along the line passing through the mean of the normal distribution. So this graph extend indefinitely to the left and to the right. The area under this graph is equal to 1 square unit. Since that this graph is symmetrical along this line passing through the mean, this means that left hand side here will be 0.5 square unit and right hand side here will be 0.5 square unit as well. So these are the few basic properties of a normal distribution graph. If we have a normal distribution with the mean of 0 and the standard deviation of 1, so standard deviation of 1, it means that variance 1 as well, right? So this one we call it standard normal distribution. So it's still the same, the graph will be a bell-shaped graph and is symmetrical along the line passing through the means. In this situation, for standard normal distribution, mean will be equal to 0. Okay, now in this video, I'm going to show you how do we get a probability for a standard normal distribution. So you are going to use this table, standard normal distribution table, to help you to get the probability. Now let's try some questions so that you understand how do we get the property for a standard normal distribution. So this is exact value. So this is standard normal distribution. It means that the mean is equal to 0 and the standard deviation is equal to 1. Now let's try first part. For this type of question, I will suggest you to sketch a diagram to help you to visualize the situation. Now we want to find the probability of. So I add a line between the for this z. If your school teachers don't want you to do like this, so you don't do like this. I do it this way because I don't want to get confused. Sometimes the 2 and the z look quite similar, right? That's why I add a line between here. Okay, so if your teachers don't want you to do like this, don't want you to do like this, so don't do this. Okay, now, so first I will sketch the diagram. Then look at 1.0 1.245. We just sketch. We don't have to, maybe you don't know, okay, how do I know teachers 1.245 is where? You don't have to know exactly where, as long as left hand side and right hand side you do it correctly. But left and right is very important. Okay, 1.245, this is 0, right? This is standard normal distribution. It means that the mean is equal to 0. So this is 0. So 1.245 is not here, not on the left hand side, but right hand side. Okay, so maybe some student asking, how do you know teachers is here? Not here, not here. It's okay. This is just sketching a graph. Okay, 1.245. We want to, for this normal distribution, right? You see this, let's say, if this question change it to like this. .245. Their answer is actually the same. This and this is the same. This and this is the same answer for this normal distribution. Okay, now let's go back to this question. Less than 1.245. So it means that we want to find the area here, right? Before I calculate, I know that the answer must be more than 0.5. Why? Because left hand side here is 0.5. So this is more than half, right? So definitely the answer will be more than 0.5. But for the probability distribution, for this standard normal distribution table, we want it gives us an answer greater than, not less than. But this is less than. So how do I change it to greater than? So I'm going to take 1 minus this part. This part is this 1.245. Right, same thing. Some students might be asking, why teacher write here you write greater than or equal to? I write greater than or equal to because this is less than. If this is less than or equal to, here I will write greater than. But this is not important. This is okay. So if this one you write greater than, it's okay. It won't affect your answer. As I told you just now, for this normal distribution, this and this is the same. This and this is the same. They give you the same answer. Okay, now, can you get the answer from the table? Yes. 1 you just copy. Okay. 5, this one you have to get it from your table. 1.245. Remember this? 1.245. 1.245. So how do we get the answer? 1.2 4 5. So I would suggest you to put a ruler here so that you won't misread the value. Okay, you see a 9 over here, right? This means that you have to take 0.1075 minus 0.0009 to get the answer. So you don't have to do it this way, you just press your calculator. Now, let's say 0, okay, let me show you this way. 0.1075 minus 0.0009. You will get this answer, which is 0.1066. But do you notice that it takes a longer time to type a lot of 0 here? So I would suggest you just key in this 1075, then press minus 9. This answer, and then you add a 0 in front of it. Okay, 0.1066. 0.1066. 0.1066. Okay, then just press your calculator. 1 minus 0.1066. The answer is 0.8934. 0.8934. Okay, so this is the way how do we get the answer. So let's say if you want to use your calculator, you can do it this way. press menu and search for distribution, normal cumulative distribution, second one. Okay, so the lower, look at this graph. This graph extends indefinitely to the left, right? So lower, you just give a really small number. So just let me just key in -9 times 10 power 99. Okay, and the upper tails, upper limit here, this is 1.24, 1.245, 1.245. Okay, and this is standard normal distribution. The mean will be equal to 0 and the standard deviation is equal to 1. Okay, mean is equal to 0, correct, and press equal. Now you get the answer, 0.8934. Okay, so this is a way how do we use our calculator to help us check the answer. Now let's go to part B. We want to find the property for this one, less than or equal to -0.275. Okay, as usual, sketch a diagram to help you to visualize the situation well. -0.245, this is 0 because this is standard normal distribution. Negative number is on the left hand side. -2, not -2, -0.275, -0.275. Okay, it's over here. So I know that my answer will be less than 0.5 because left hand side half here is 0.5. This is less than half, right? So definitely my answer will be less than 0.5. So as I told you, we want to change it to greater than, right? So how do I change it to greater than? So this graph, left hand side and right hand side, they are symmetrical, right? So I can just refract this one to the another side, become this. When I move it to the other side, the negative will become positive. This is 0.275. So means that this is actually equal to this, 0.275. Okay, now we can get the answer from our table. From a table, you cannot get a negative one. So if you want to find this one, right, -0.245, you cannot get it. You don't see a negative number here, right? Okay, that's why I changed to a positive number, 0.275. Okay, now 0.275. Let's remember this number, 0.275. Let me write over here. Okay, 0.275 over here. Okay, so how do we get the answer? Just press this one, 3936. 3936 minus, this is minus, you see a subtract, right? Dollar. So minus 19. 3917. 3917. So it will be 0 point, you have to add 0.3917. Okay, this is the answer. So if you want to use a calculator to check it, you can do it this way. This is 7. You can just press 7 if it will go in this directly. And cumulative, normal cumulative distribution, second one. Okay. So you can key in this one, or this one is okay. Let's say if you want to use this one, right? So I will give a really small number for here. And this -0.275, -0.275. So make sure that the mean is equal to 0 and the standard deviation is equal to 1. So they press equal. So this is our answer, 0.36165. So you round off it, it will become 0.3917. Okay, let's say if you want to key in this one, you still can get exactly the same answer. Let me show you how. Okay, so this time if I want to key in this one, the lower limit I will press this 0.275. So this one, it's extend indefinitely to the right, so I give a really big number. Okay, press equal. We still get the same answer. Okay, now let's go to C. Okay, we want to find the property for z value greater than negative 3.212. Okay, negative number will be left hand side, on left hand side. This is 0. Negative 3.212 greater than, it means this part. So I know that the answer must be greater than 0.5. Okay, so I'm going to take 1 minus this part. 1 minus this part. I don't want this part. So 1 minus property for the z value less than or equal to negative 3.212. But you cannot get a negative value on the table, so I'm going to convert it. If this one, let me sketch this way for you. Negative 3.212. This side is actually the same as this side, 3.212. This is less than, this will be greater than. These two parts, they're having the same area. So I'm going to change it. Change this one become greater than or equal to. But this time it become positive because I refract this to the other side. 3.212. Okay, so copy the one, this one, get the answer from the table. 3.212. 3.212. 3.212. Okay, you can try to pause the video and try to get the answer yourself, see whether you know how to get the answer or not. 3.212. 3.212 is below here. 3.2, 3.2, 1, 3.21, 2, 212, 2 is over here. Okay, if you see a 0 appear before this non-zero digit, right, you need to be more careful, okay, when you want to calculate. Okay, so how do I press the calculator? As I told you just now, we just key in 664, right? But you have to be careful. Before this, there are 3 0 0 0 0. You see 0, and the upper right you see a 3. It means that 3 times 0, 0 0 0. Okay, 664 minus 4. Okay, 660. When you write the answer, you need to be more careful. If you write this way, which is not correct, okay, 660, remember this number? If you write this way, 1 minus 0.660, this is not correct because you actually have 3 0 in front of it. So you have to write 0 0. Okay, you have to add 3 0 over here. 0 0 0 660. Then this will be correct answer. Okay, press your calculator. 1 minus 0.000660. Okay, I just correct it to 4 significant figures, then it will be 0.9993. Okay, let's check using our calculator. Lower limit will be negative 3.212, negative 3.212, and the upper limit here I just key in a very large number, 9 times 10 power 99. Okay, make sure that the standard deviation is 1, the mean is equal to 0. This is standard normal distribution, right? Okay, press equal. So this is our answer, 0.9993. Okay, now let's go to part D. Want to find the property for the z value greater than negative 1.709 and less than, greater than or equal to less than 0. Okay, as usual, we sketch a diagram to help us to visualize the situation. Okay, so negative will be over here. This is 0, negative 1.709. So this is the area that we are looking for. So as I told before, this is a negative number, so we cannot get the negative number from this table, right? So what do we need to do? I will just refract this part onto the right hand side. So it become here 1.709. So this part, right? Okay, so next, this whole part is actually equal to 0.5, right? But I only want here, I don't want here. So it means that 0.5 minus P, property for the Z value, greater than 1.709. Okay, so now we can get the answer from the table. So why is here 0.5 not 1? Because we only consider this part. This is 0.5, right? And we don't want this part. This part is this. That's why I minus it. Okay. Now get the answer from the table. 1.709. 1.709. Remember this number? 1.709. 1.709. One point seven zero, 1.70 is over here, 70, 9 is here, right? Okay, as I told before, you have a 0 in front of the non-zero digit. You need to be more careful here. We just key in 446. 446 minus 8. Okay, but later on you cannot write 0.438, which is not correct because you have a 0 here. You have to write 0.0438. So be careful here. 0.0438. 0.0438. Okay, then just press your calculator. 0.5 minus 0.0438. Okay, the answer is 0.4562. 0.4562. So if you use your calculator, maybe you will get 0.4563. Let's try. Okay, I can just key in this one if I use the calculator. Now lower, negative 1.709. Upper will be 0. Okay, standard deviation 1 and the mean is equal to 0. Press equal. 0.456. If I using the calculator, it will be 0.456. So if you use stable, it will be 0.4562. Okay, it's difference 0.0001, but it's okay. Now let's try part E. Okay, as usual, before we get the answer from the table, sketch a diagram. 0. Okay, this is negative, here is 0, negative on the left hand side, negative 0.432. Okay, and then this is 1.824. 1.824. So I'm searching for the area here. So how do I get the area here? I know that the total up is equal to 1, right? So I'm going to take 1 minus this part and minus this part, right? Okay. Let me write this for you first. 1 minus this, property for z less than or equal to negative 0.432. If you want to write less than only, it's okay. As I told just now, for normal distribution, less than or equal to, greater than or greater than or equal to, they have the same answer. Okay, let me double check. Oh, sorry. Yes, it's correct. Here I have to put a negative 432, right? Yes. Then minus this part, which will be greater than or equal to 1.824. Okay, hopefully that you understand this step. So the next thing, this is less than. I don't want less than, I want greater than, right? So try to think. Now, let me sketch another diagram for you. If here, let's say we have negative 0.432. This is this part, right? But since that we take from the table, we cannot get a negative value. So how do we get the answer for this one? I'm going to refract this, go to another side, then it will become positive. This time, it's not less than, but greater than. Okay, so I'm going to change this. Become greater than or equal to 0.432. Okay, then this one don't have to do anything, you just copy it. 1.824. Okay, now is the time to get the answer from the table. Okay, let's get the answer for this part first. 0.432. 0.432. Zero 0.4, which is over here. 0.4, 0.432. Okay, how to press the calculator? 3336, and then minus 7. 3329. 3329. 0.3329. Okay, let's get the answer for the another one. 1.824. 1.824. 1.824. 1.8, which is over here. 824. Okay, 4 is here. Now, this one you have to be more careful. You have a 0 before the non-zero digit here, before the 3. So remember to write the 0 later on when you write the answer. Okay, 344. 344 minus 3. You get 341. But the answer is not 0.341, but 0.0341. 0.0341. Okay, then just press your calculator. 1 minus 0.3329, then minus 0.34, sorry, 0.0341. 0341. So the answer is 0.633. Okay, this is the way how do we get the answer for part E. Now look at F. We want to find the property for the Z value greater than or equal to negative 3.102 and less than negative 1.003. Okay, both numbers here are negative. Negative 3.102 and the one is negative 1.003. So I'm looking for the area here. So as I told you, now this is a negative number. I want to change to positive number. So what I'm going to do is refract this part, go to another side. So here we become 1.003 positive, and this will become here 3.102 positive. So this area and this area, they are the same. So how do I get the area here? What I'm going to do here is I find this one first. So I take this part, this whole part, 1.003 minus this part, so that I will be able to get the area for this part, right? $3.102. Okay, then just get the answer from the table 1.003 and 3.102. 1.003 so this one I have shown you many times. I think it should be no problem, right? 1.003, 1.003, which is over here. 1587 minus 7, it will be 1580. 1580. Don't forget a 0 point. 1580. Okay, how about 3.102? 3.102. 3.102. 3.102 is over here. 3.102. Okay, so you have 30 before the line. Before the line, you have to be more careful. 968 minus 6. Okay, don't forget to add 30 in front of this 9. So it will be 0.000962. 0.000962. Okay, then just use a calculator to help you to get the answer. Okay, let me just round off it to 4 significant figures, then it will be 0.1570. Okay, as usual, if you want to check using your calculator, you can do it this way. 7, normal cumulative distribution. Lower will be negative 3.102. Upper limit will be negative 1.003, negative 1.003. And make sure that the standard deviation is equal to 1 and the mean is equal to 0. Press equal. This is our answer. 0.15. Okay, if you round off it to correct it to 4 significant figures, the 6 will, because it is 6 at 1 here and this 9 at 1 here, it will become 0.1570. Okay, let's try 2 more. This time it involves modulus sign. So before I explain the G and H to you, I hope that you still remember this one. Let's say if you have a modulus x greater than a, so this means that x is less than negative a, or x is greater than a. So if you have a modulus x less than a, then it will be x greater than negative a less than a. Okay, before we solve the G and H, we need to understand this one first. This one you learned in Form 4, still remember? Now let's go to part G. So this is less than this situation. So it means that this is actually equal to z greater than negative 0.64 less than 0.64. Okay, now sketch a diagram to help you to visualize the situation well. Negative, this is positive, but the two number is the same. One is negative, another one is positive. Okay, we are looking for the area here. So it means that I can take 1 minus this part. Okay, let me use highlighter. 1 minus this and this, right? But these both are the same. So I just need to find this one, this I times 2. Okay, now here will be greater than or equal to 0.64, but I have 2 times because this part and this part, they are exactly the same. That's why I times 2. Okay, now try to get the answer from the table. 0.64 greater than 0.64. 0.64, which is over here. So this one, just get it from here. 0.64. 2611. 2611. Okay, the answer is 0.4778. 0.4778. Now let's try last one, H. So I have shown you many example, right? So before I show you the last one, maybe you can pause the video, try to get get it yourself, then compare your answer with mine. Okay, now H, last one. Okay, so this will be less than or equal to negative 1.81, or then it will be, or since or, right, it will be plus. Okay, now this is actually here, negative 1.81, less than, which is here, and this is here, 1.81, positive and greater than. You notice that these two parts, they having the same area, right? So what you need to do is just find one of this and you times 2. So I just find this one. Oh, this is not 2. I just find this part and then I times 2. You don't have to write 2 times. If you want to write multiplication sign is okay. If you don't want to write the multiplication sign is okay. Now get this one from the table, 1.81. 1.81, which is over here, 0.0351. 0.0351. Okay, let's press the calculator. 2 times 0.0351. The answer will be 0.0702.